So here, Damascus, right by the dollar store. Little town here. There's the Adventure Damascus. There's Mount Rogers Outfitters over there. And I got my box. And going back up to Crazy Larry. You know, again, all the hostels are closed except for Crazy Larry. And very nice fella. And it's one of the better hostels I've stayed in. Not a lot going on this time of year. It is freezing cold up here. There's Dave's place that's closed. All the hostels are closed. It's about, I'd say about 15, maybe it's not even 20 degrees yet. So I got in yesterday. I had to bail out on Route 58. So I'm taking a shuttle back up to Bear Tree, which is a side trail I hopped off on yesterday around 4 o'clock because I had another 10 miles to get in town. It started snowing and got really cold really quickly. And Slim Jim and Herrick already had made it into town. But I'm gonna get a shuttle back up to Bear Tree today and do my first slack packing of this trip. And slack pack back into town, 11 miles. So I should get up there on 11 miles with no pack on. Should be easy, right? But we'll see how that goes. I mean, I generally like to stay on the trail. I'm not a big slack packer, but today, man, it was cold. Really worried about Tom Sawyer, who stayed up. We think he stayed at Lost Mountain Shelter last night, which would have been freezing, so we hope he's okay. He hasn't made it into town yet. Cell phone reception around here is really bad, so haven't heard anything, but get to do my first slack pack today, and then tomorrow try and have a big day out of town, start moving down towards Hampton. The 10-day forecast leaves me somewhat optimistic that we'll be getting on with things. I think some of these bed and breakfasts are open, but I don't know which ones are and which ones aren't. There's Dancing Bear going on there. We'll see how it goes. Right now it is freezing though. I actually have to put down this box just to turn my phone off. Damascus, nice little town. I mean, nobody's out because it's freezing cold, but I like it. Neat little town. So, doing my slack pack now, heading in on the side trail. This is the trail in from Bear Tree that I came in on last night around 4 o'clock in the snow. You can see the snow's undisturbed. Nobody's walked on this trail yet. So it's about a quarter mile from Route 58 back to the AT. And all I got with me is my water bottle, some snacks. Got about 11 miles. I'm gonna check in on the shelter. I'm gonna look for footprints too. Really hoping I see some sign that Tom Sawyer's made it down the trail, because it was only about 6 miles back up to Lost Mountain. If I don't see any sign of him, I'm gonna go back into town and we'll loop back around and see if we can find him. Because it was really chilly last night. He's probably fine. He'll probably laugh about this when we see him. I hope. If he watches this on YouTube, he'll probably be chortling. Perhaps. But yeah, it's beautiful up here. Fellow gave me a ride, very nice guy. Another Larry. I guess everybody in Damascus is named Larry. We got another Larry. Give me a ride. And that was a connection I got from Crazy Larry. So, yep, so we got a nice little view here across to the mountains. So I'm looking forward to a nice hike, a nice walk in the woods. This is what it's really like to walk in the woods with no 35-pound pack on. It's very chilly out here. I believe this is a view back to White Cap Mount Rogers. I'm not entirely sure though. But man, is it chilly up here. A lot of snow. And I'm very concerned because I have seen no sign that Tom Sawyer has made it past me. There's no footprints from Bear Tree, which is about 3 miles past Lost Mountain Shelter. So if I have signal, I'm going to try and call back down to somebody to see if we can have somebody go check on the last couple shelters, see if we can figure out where Tom Sawyer is. So on my way back to Damascus, there's a fork here for the junction, the Iron Mountain Trail, which I believe goes up into, it intersects again with the AT up around Trimpey Shelter, I think up in near on the other side of Grayson Highlands. So I know that some folks will take the Virginia Creeper Trail or the Iron Mountain Trail because if they're going northbound or southbound, just because they're bored or for a different route. But I guess I could have probably taken that Iron Mountain Trail and cut down on the hike into Damascus. But anyway, so I got another 3 miles into town, so we should be there in a little bit.